Have you ever felt totally stuck in IELTS writing no matter how hard you try? Ravjinder did for years, but with 3 weeks left before her dream life in Canada disappeared, she finally broke through to Band 7. So today, I'm going to show you the exact method she used to jump that barrier in just 21 days. Ravjinder had that desperation students get when the IELTS test is closing in. Even after joining our VIP course, she was still a little nervous.
I honestly thought I would end up doing it again because it was such a short notice that I was like, who prepares us for 3 weeks and gives, no matter whatever is your language.
But here's the thing about Ravjinder. She had been doing the test since 2008. And every time she took the test, she got a new teacher, tried a new technique, and was always getting 6.5. That number that haunts so many students more than any other. So close, but not close enough. And here's what was on the line. Without Band 7 in writing, she couldn't get enough immigration points to have her permanent residence in Canada. She'd have to leave Vancouver, leave the life that she'd built with her 2 boys.
I have to get writing 7 no matter what.
But one day, she was scrolling YouTube again, probably looking for that one magic tip that would finally unlock a Band 7. And that's when she saw one of my videos. And I said something that made her stop.
The first thing which really hit me hard was when you said, do not use complicated words.
Wait, what, she thought? Every other teacher tells you to use complex words, and I was saying the opposite. She was a little bit skeptical. She didn't believe me. But with so much pressure and so much on the line, she decided to join the VIP course. And the first thing that I said to her when she joined was, stop using complex vocabulary. And she said, but Chris, won't simple words make me sound basic? No. But what about what all the other teachers say? Don't worry about what other teachers have told you. But I've been studying this way for years. And what score have you been getting for years? 6.5. You see, so many 6.5 students focus on sounding smart, but Band 7 is about being understood, not impressing people with fancy words. It's about being clear, not complex. Think about your brain acting as just a big computer. You're trying to remember lots of big words, you're checking grammar, you're managing your time, you're thinking about all these different tips and techniques. What happens when your computer is trying to do too many things at the same time? There's too many programs, too many Chrome tabs open. Everything slows down. Not only does your brain slow down, it becomes unreliable. It starts making more mistakes. And just like trying to use a computer with 1,000 Chrome tabs open, the examiner is getting more and more frustrated because they cannot understand what you were trying to say because of all of the errors in your writing. And this is the type of thing that she would write. The implementation of multifaceted educational methodologies necessitates comprehensive pedagogical frameworks that facilitate optimal learning outcomes. So instead of writing something like this is what I taught her to write. Teachers need simple, clear methods to help students learn effectively. And this is exactly the same idea, but this is much clearer. And this takes far less processing power from your brain, meaning that it is easier to write, you're going to make fewer mistakes, and it's easier for the examiner to understand. So using this simplification method, this is what she said after her real test.
Honestly speaking, I don't remember using any big words in my task 2 writing.
So let me teach you the exact method, which is the KISS method, which means keep it simple, stupid. I'm not calling you stupid. It's just an acronym to help you remember it. And there are just 2 steps to the KISS method. Step 1 is the KID method. So your writing is a reflection of your thinking. The clearer your thinking, the clearer your writing is going to be. So before you write a sentence, ask yourself, would a smart 10-year-old understand this immediately? Could they read that and understand it immediately? Or could they read that and understand it immediately? If you can't explain it to a 10-year-old, or if a 10-year-old could not read that sentence and understand it immediately without asking you any follow-up questions, then it's not clear enough. Clear communication is not fancy, it is effortless. It is effortless for the reader to understand. So if you've been practicing IELTS writing, what you can do is go back and look at your practice essays and go through it with a highlighter or underline every word or phrase where you're trying to sound impressive. And now rewrite those words, those sentences, using simpler, clearer language, and watch how much clearer your writing becomes. So remember those Chrome tabs, all of those programs open in your computer? This eliminates most of them. And what we did with this student was we just got her to focus on 3 things. Have 3 tabs open. Number 1, answer the question. Number 2, clear organization. And number 3, accurate grammar. Because these were the 3 things that were lacking in her essays. And when we got her to focus on turning her weaknesses into strengths, she saw massive improvement. The next thing we did with her was help her to focus on structure over vocabulary. So we literally stopped her with the KID method from trying to use impressive words, and instead we focused her mind on clear topic sentences. So within her main body paragraph, the first sentence was a clear topic sentence. Only 1 idea per paragraph. Before, she was writing multiple ideas and it was very confusing. And focusing on answering the questions directly in each of her main body paragraphs. Structure is what really helps a lot of students go from 6.5 to 7, not necessarily using fancier vocabulary for the reasons we've already talked about. And to help you out, because I know many of you are stuck at 6 or 6.5, I've created a structures ebook. This has lots of structures and templates and checklists that you can use at home and learn for all the different types of questions to really help you focus on clearly writing out the answer to the question. If you want that, all you have to do is just go to the description, click the link, and you can download it for free. So after Ravjinder joined, those 3 weeks went by very, very fast. She watched every video on the VIP course in order. She said,
It's kind of addictive, actually.
I have never heard it described that way, but that's very high praise. Thank you so much.
But remember, she was also working full time. She was raising 2 boys. She had a life to live. So there was a lot of pressure on her. And I said, you have a choice. You can go down the old road and try and do everything fancy, and you know where that road leads. It leads to a 6.5, or we can just simplify everything, because using this method actually reduces the amount of time it takes to get the score that you need. This is why I love this method, especially for students that are making things so complicated, because not only does it lead to higher scores, but in a much shorter time period. So she had a choice, and she chose simple. And the good news was, when she got her results, this is what she said.
When I saw my results, I was so scared, like I could feel my heart was in my mouth.
Not only did she get the score that she needed in writing, she got listening 8, reading 7.5, and speaking 8. She did it.
I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I couldn't believe it.
If you want the same one-on-one feedback that we gave her on her writing, you can get the first part of our VIP course, which includes one-on-one feedback and a complete study plan. Normally it costs $397 for the VIP course, but I'm giving you that first bit, that writing feedback and the study plan, for just $10. If you want that, go to the link in the description, click on that, pay your $10, and I will personally give you feedback on your writing and develop a study plan for not just writing, but if you need help with speaking, listening, reading, anything at all, we will put that in your personalized plan. But because we're making them ourselves, we only can help about 20 people a day. So go and click that. They normally go very, very quickly. And in my next video, I'm going to show you another student who went from band 5 to band 8 in reading by doing the exact opposite of what most students think will lead to high scores. If you want that, click on this link and enjoy the video.